The almighty All Blacks. The toughest nut of them all to crack.
But Sharpie loses it forward.
It's not a sledgehammer that's required. It's something more subtle to split that tough exterior.
No problem there.
We've already punctured holes in the shell.
Good pick up from Adam Ashley Cooper.
It's just a matter of when it will snap.
Adam Ashley Cooper dummies and Cooper scores the first try.
As a group, we just keep getting stronger. We refuse to let fear control us.
They have broken the drought.
Resistance will eventually crumble under relentless pressure.
And he gets it over the line. It's a try to the captain.
Victory is sweetest when you've known defeat.
Extraordinary scene. The Wallabies overjoyed.
We are executing Robbie's vision, evolving into a colossal force ready for 2011.
We're on our feet in the commentary box. The Wallabies so relieved. Welcome to Hong Kong Stadium for Bledisloe for the DHL Cup on the line today. Of course, the Bledisloe Cup has already been retained by the mighty All Blacks, and for only the fourth time in history, as Mark Ella munches on a snack there, getting ready for the game. And of course, Ella, he was the Prince of Sevens for so long in this city in Asia. And Rocky Elsom leads his team out. Only the fourth time these two great rugby nations have battled on foreign territory. They were here 2 years ago. New Zealand won that one. Last year, of course, New Zealand won in Tokyo, and you go right the way back to 1991 in Dublin when Australia beat the All Blacks in that World Cup semi-final. So Rocky Elsom walks past the silverware that Australia hasn't won for the past 8 seasons, the Bledisloe Cup. There's the roar for the Wallabies, looking to break a drought against New Zealand dating back to Sydney 2008. They lost to the All Blacks by just 1 point in Sydney last month, so the gap has closed. They've won just one of their last 5 tests, so it's time to turn things around less than a year out from the Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. 5 wins from 10 tests so far in 2010. Of course, they lost 2 by just 1 point. That was against England and also New Zealand.
Well, of course, the Wallaby forwards have matched it up front. Well, they've bettered the Springboks this year, and in Sydney 7 weeks ago, we saw them better the All Blacks as well. Well, they've improved even further with the inclusion of Ben Alexander at tight head prop. Mark Chisholm and Nathan Sharp showing, well, especially Chisholm showing a renewed enthusiasm and consistency at this level. And McCallum and Pocock and Elsom so strong out the back. But it's in the backs. That's where we're scoring our points for the Wallabies. Will Genia and Quade Cooper, such a good combination now. And out wide, all 5 of those players, magnificent combination. It's the defence where we're going to win this tonight. If the Wallabies want to perform, they know they can score points. They've got to keep them out. These young guys are very good. And then to bring the game home, that's where the Wallabies have been struggling, the reserves bench. So important that when they come on, they make a real sting, and it's out wide. Burgess, Barnes and Turner, they've got a superb sting, and up front, if they can do the job, the Wallabies will get there this evening.
Well, New Zealand are going for 11 straight versus Australia. That's a record, of course. They've come from behind at half-time in 6 of their 10 consecutive wins over the Wallabies. They've won their last 15 tests. The record for a full IRB member nation is 17, jointly held by New Zealand and South Africa. First of 5 tests on tour, a Grand Slam attempt follows as Richie McCaw leads the men in black out onto Hong Kong Stadium. They've got England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales to come. They've already won the Tri-Nations in 2010 and the Bledisloe Cup, which they've now won for 8 years in a row. 9 from 9 in 2010. Can they go through the year unbeaten? The last time was 1997, and Phil Kearns 4 changes to the team that beat Australia in Sydney last month.
Yeah, there are, and they're good changes for the All Blacks, Clarkie. Woodcock, Mialamu and Franks in that front row, very strong, very, very solid. Mialamu got injured early on in that game in Sydney, but he's back in the side and he adds plenty. Now, Brad Thorne, 30, how old is he? Phil, 50, 67 years of age. He is just a phenomenon and just playing great rugby, and he's forming a good combination with Tom Donnelly. So the old man and the young bloke in there, the back row, well, anything with Richie McCaw, and it's got to be good. Kano added starch in Sydney, and Kieran Reid's developing into one of the best number 8s in the world. You look at that back line, well, Carter says it all. He's back in the side. Jimmy Cowan back into the side. They've got a good partnership. And you look at the two centres, Nonu, nice and strong out there in the centres. Good combination with Conrad Smith. Funny that Sonny Bill's not the side. Plenty of speed on the wings. Roko Thoko, Jane and Mulioina. Unbelievable pace.
Time now for the national anthems, both to be performed by Kay Gordon. Born in New Zealand, but now an Australian resident, so she says she qualifies to sing both, and she is primed for a big performance here in Hong Kong. Kay Gordon with the national anthems. It's not a sellout. You can see the empty spaces on the top levels at Hong Kong Stadium. But a wonderful buzz. They know how to party in Hong Kong when it comes to rugby. Of course, the Rugby Sevens every year is one of the great parties in world sport. 13 Wallabies backing up from this fixture in Hong Kong in 2008. It's the first of 5 tests. The men in gold will play over the coming weeks. They've got Wales, England, Italy and France to come. Here's the haka. The All Blacks fired up as per usual. Head-to-head, they've played 163 times. New Zealand have won 113. Mills Muliaina playing his 90th Test match today alongside Richie McCaw. They're only 2 caps away from the leading record holder in All Black history, Sean Fitzpatrick, who played 92 Tests. Yeah, New Zealand 113 wins, Australia 45, and there have been 5 draws. The referee is from Ireland, Elaine Roland. And on the touchlines, his fellow countrymen, George Clancy and Simon McDowell. Television match official is Matt Goddard from Australia. Rocky Elsom, Matt Giddo. Giddo today, of course, playing his 88th Test match, so he's now 6th on the all-time Wallaby list. Bledisloe 4 in Hong Kong about to get underway. The All Blacks have the silverware. Australia need to break the drought. The All Blacks want to keep their foot on the Wallabies' throats, not only today but also through next year's Tri-Nations and then the World Cup in New Zealand. We're underway, and Giddo kicks to the right, knocked back, and it's a good win by the Wallabies early on, so that's a promising start. They're on the 10-metre mark. Here's Cooper playing against Carter for the first time. Ben Alexander back in the 3-jumper. He's missed 9 Test matches because of injury. Genia giving it now to Chisholm. Genia. Now it's Robinson over the advantage line. He goes. Penalty. It goes against the All Blacks. 10-metre mark, and they're 15 metres in. I think they might take a shot. Let's go sideline now to Rod Kafer.
The All Blacks obviously looking to Richie McCaw to get some dominance. Alan Roland early on, as you often see, finding a penalty. Curtly Beale now walking up to have a shot at goal. We saw Matt Giddo do a lot of the kicking in the warm-up, didn't hit the ball that well. We'll see here now. Richie McCaw coming in. Does he go through the gate? Probably does. It's a ruck there. As soon as Curtly Beale makes contact, that's 2 players over the ball, bound. It's a ruck. The referee said you've got to release. Richie McCaw didn't release. Wallabies with the first opportunity, and Curtly Beale, the man who kicked such a wonderful goal from 47 odd metres against the Springboks in Bloemfontein. Chance to add the first points in this match.
Cape, I'll do something strange. I'll defend Richie McCaw there. I think it was Jerome Kano earned the ire of the referee for relying all over it after he made the tackle.
Yeah, I think, and Brad Thorne did it on the tackle before as well, so making their intentions known to slow down that Wallaby ball.
Beale. That's the angle, that's the distance. Nice strike, it's high, and it's away to the left, so missed opportunity there. It was banging them over from around the halfway mark at the training session yesterday, so it's still 0-0. And Dan Carter back in black, first start after that ankle operation. 19th Test match against Australia. He's won 15 from the previous 18. And he goes high with the restart, and Drew Mitchell takes it on halfway. He's claimed immediately by Corey Jane, and also Brad Thorne going into lender hand. So Genia to Cooper, wide ball. Moore offloads, get quick hands. Adam Ashley Cooper, 10-metre mark. All Blacks didn't panic, they just drifted across, and they're contesting at the breakdown, the All Blacks, and it's a penalty again against New Zealand.
There's one against Ma Nonu for coming around the side. He didn't work his way through the middle of that ruck after the tackle was made. There's Ma, got a bit excited because of the scent of a turnover, Cairnsey.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a bit strange from the Wallabies. I was looking for a quick pass. I'm not sure who was there at that break. Was Genia there?
After Drew Mitchell, straight away after that tackle. Yeah, he was there, I think. Have a look at it here. So here's the tackle being made. Adam Ashley Cooper, they used the full width of the field after Mitchell took the restart. Ma Nonu had never gotten onto the right side. Genia was the one on the ball there right now. So there weren't too many forwards involved. It was mainly back scratching away.
Another opportunity for Curtly Beale. This is more difficult. Only about 4 metres in from touch on the 10-metre mark.
You'd reckon he'd go to school on that last shot. It's only about 7 metres wider.
A little bit of breeze down here at ground level, that blowing sort of directly into Curtly's, or directly down the ground really. So as he kicks this, he's going to want to start it on the right post, and it'll naturally come around with the breeze. It's a big kick.
Yeah, no problems with the distance the last time round. He can take it back to 55, Cave.
Oh, he started it way out on the right.
And he's underneath it, so not a confident start in the goal-kicking department for Kurtley Beale.
Gee, they're two blowing early chances inside the first 5.
And so Carter looking to settle things down again, and the All Blacks just haven't been able to get their hands on the bill.
The kick receptions from the Wallabies, which were poor earlier in the year, looking pretty good so far.
Has been knocked back, and so finally the All Blacks get some possession, and it's Carter, and he's got Nonu, and he leaves it behind, and it's been picked up by Gitto, who passes it on to Moore, and now O'Connor. So good skills there.
Super backhanded pass by Stephen Moore.
Gitto, and now Robinson in midfield.
Hands out, Black! Hands out!
Thorne hangs on. Quick hands they go through Alexander to Sharp. Gitto at first receiver. Now Robinson. Straight into the traffic goes the front rower. Genia, good recycling. Gitto probing back on the inside. Adamashti Cooper almost drifted forward that pass. Genia, now Alexander. He'll be loving being back in the test match atmosphere.
Losing ground, Wallabies.
Yeah, not able to go forward on that occasion. But it's there again. And Genia now gets it out to Cooper. And he's going to kick. Looking for open spaces, and the bounce is good. Into touch inside the New Zealand 22.
Yeah, they worked it hard for 4 or 5 phases then, Cape. They look like they're liking the short side on the right-hand side towards Rokothoko.
Oh, it looks to me like their plan is to take the ball into the midfield, get a big forward run, and then try to quickly go to the blind side with Will Genia. A couple of opportunities. There's a little sniff on the left-hand side, and Kurtley Beale was lurking there, but they went the other way. Interesting start to the game. Matt Gitto getting in at first receiver. Kurtley a little bit wider out. Don't mind the look of that.
Won by the Wallabies. And David Pocock straightens. Got past a couple. Best opportunity now as far as field position goes. And now Cooper. Quade Cooper. Cooper inside ball. Lost forward though. Lost forward. The referee was right on the spot, and he says it was a mistake by the Wallabies.
Oh, it was an audacious after. He did split them, but he was going to get pulled down through the backhander. Ben Alexander was there, but his first instinct was throw the hand down and went straight into the ground and forward.
Come on, please. There's your mark.
David Pocock did so well here. After first up you had the challenge, the Wallabies winning it, and then Pocock. Well, this was Cooper. Have a look at this out the backhand. I think he was looking for Gitto and found Alexander.
Be interesting to see this first scrum. The surface here a couple of years ago was a little ordinary. Got chewed up pretty quickly in the scrum time.
Okay. Plenty of room there now. Crouch!
Jimmy Cowan.
Pause!
Scrum half for New Zealand coming in, and there's a free kick against New Zealand, so they just look to be a little bit rattled, the men in black, and they can't get out of their own territory. So an opportunity again for the Wallabies. Genia turns it back on the inside, and they've lost it again, but they were playing advantage. They were playing advantage, so an opportunity maybe for Gitto to try and get some points on the board, try and earn some valuable points.
They need a reward for this first 7.5 minutes of dominance, the Wallabies. Early days, you don't want to write the All Blacks off yet. They're going to take the tap.
Well, they're here to play, and now it's Chisholm.
Hands out, Black! Push! Two! Back!
Twice they've looked for the inside ball, and twice they've coughed it up.
They're setting it up to go to the right-hand side.
Push!
Just need to be patient. Here's Nathan Sharp, the 32-year-old, 89th Test match today. Genia, Pocock. Now, quick hands! Chance here! Chance! Cooper! Down it goes! Try to Australia! Quade Cooper! Reward for dominating possession early on in this Test match.
And a reward for the courage of not taking the easy 3 points from 10 metres out. They had a run, they probed, they went again. They looked like they were setting them up. Well, certainly Cooper and Beale had gone to the right-hand side. They were looking for the forwards to absorb some defenders. The forwards then sucked them in on the left-hand side. Have a look at the shallow line. They went to the second line of runners where Cooper was. Dummied and kept going and kept going. You thought maybe he was gone, but slams it down for 5.
Oh, it was a super baller, one to Quade Cooper. Who threw it? There's a great ball from Pocock. Rocky Elson threw that ball. Gee, superstar from Quade Cooper. He's been so involved early. He looks terrific.
It was McCalman. I think I robbed him of that one. He's the one who delivered the seed to Cooper.
The Aussies happy in the stand as the kick comes. It's going to be Matt Giddo from the left-hand side of the field to have this attempt.
6 test try for Quade Cooper, 5 this season, so he is the leading try scorer as Rocky Elsom talks to his troops after a very promising start. Missed 2 penalty goals from the other side through Beale, but now Giddo. Can he find the radar early on? A couple of metres in from touch. Bringing it round, will it hold? No, the wind got hold of it. So that's 3 missed kicks by Australia. Will it come back to haunt them? But it's 5-0. Keith, they deserve that.
They really did, and it's a coaching masterstroke. That's analysis. The Wallabies knew that the All Blacks tend to bunch in when their forwards get close. So they've used the decoy. They've punched up a couple of times either side. Robbie Deans would have done his homework. Punch up, and then they shifted the ball, which you haven't seen them do all year. Great piece of coaching work there from Robbie Deans and the Wallaby coaching staff.
So Carter goes pretty long and high, and Drew Mitchell is taken by Jane and also Thorne. With good support, they drove him over the 22. Now it's Pocock. Kano is there. Genia, short ball McKelman. McClure over the top.
Oh, here's a chance for the Wallabies.
And Cooper putting on some footwork.
Good refereeing, inconsequential.
Back it goes to Beale. Now that was carried back, and so Beale goes to there and doesn't get a lot of distance, and Muliaina takes it 10 metres out. Gives it to Joe Rokothoko, and he makes it to the halfway. Cowan nowhere on the right, so he has to go on his own. Nonu. Got through, and he's got Rocky Elsom in there, and that was also picked up by the Wallabies. It's O'Connor. Oh, it's all happening, and Beale needs it to stay in. Beale. Jane gets back there, and he's into touch. They're hungry at the moment, the Wallabies.
Oh, you think it started on the 60 metres out from the Wallabies line with Nonu plowing through, throwing the ball. He knew he had Muliaina, but Elsom got in the way, and the Wallabies keen to counter-attack, and did. That could have been anything. O'Connor puts it long, and Beale's pace these days is amazing. Here it is, the only touch they've had of the game. Oh, Chisholm fell off badly. He heard the call from Mills Muliaina, Nonu. It wasn't his fault, but then they took off. Ambitious attack. O'Connor did the right thing, and it stayed in. We come to a Wallabies line out.
One by Sharp, straight down to Gen. No, it was Sharp, not in the line out on that occasion. The inside ball.
Intercepted by Carter.
Yeah. So again, they're working the inside ball, but it's not paying off. But they're asking questions, and now it's Jane, and Jane wrapped up, ball and all. It's popped out, and Elsom has it. He gives it to McKelman, and McKelman got away from one, but he's tackled just over the 22. Short side, the kick through. Genia, no, not Muliaina getting back. There was Rocky chasing, so too.
And Drew Mitchell.
And Mitchell.
Cooper appealed. He was held back after Genia. He was the one who called for the grubber kick from Genia. Yeah, Mitchell was the main chaser, but have a look at this. Just watch if you can see it on the right. Have a look at Cooper being pulled back by Brad Thorne. Elsom and Mitchell, but it's a 5-metre scrum. That's the good news.
Oh, this game's come alive.
Call, please.
Wallabies, are they keen? Jeez, I like McCalman. Does have a go.
Okay. There's your mark.
You mentioned Curtly Beale's speed before, Mato. Just talking Pete before the game, the trainer for the Wallabies, Peter Harding, before the game. Curtly Beale, the fastest in the team.
What?
At velocity, 30-40 metres, fastest in the team.
Pause.
He and Rod Davis equal.
Hit a big scrum, the Wallabies, and he wants it in again.
Wait. Yeah, I saw a couple of things there.
All Blacks seem to ease off on that scrum a little.
Ben Alexander's built himself up in his layoff. He's had a chance to get into the gym.
Oh, he's enormous.
Come in while I have you. Front row, come here. Front row.
Kevin Mialamu
Come here. He can listen.
down there with an injury.
Listen to me. You're still both jumping the call. You're going early. You have to hold, all right? On the hit, don't fade. But at the same time, you don't push through the mark, okay? It works both sides. Is that understood? Thank you.
Yeah, apparently there's not much in it with speed with the Wallaby backline. They're all very quick, but the two leaders at the moment are Beale and Davies.
It's astounding. After Beale's taken off about 8 or 9 kilos in the course of this season.
Big scrum required by the Wallabies.
Drew Mitchell standing at second receiver outside Quade Cooper.
Pause. Engage.
Kenya puts it in. It's there for the Wallabies. Cowan. Oh, he steals it, Jimmy Cowan. Wonderful work by the scrum half. And not really great play by the Wallabies on that occasion. They won the scrum, but they allowed Cowan to come around and get his hands on it.
Yeah, they needed to get the right-hand side of the scrum up then, the Wallabies. See Cowan putting his foot on the ball.
Receiver.
One at the back by Chisholm. Down to Genia. Here's Cooper. Gitto. Dummying! And he's taken by McCaw.
Hands out.
Still there for the Wallabies. Now it's Chisholm. Got away from Thorne, but they hold on. It was Woodcock that made the tackle, and now they drive through. That's terrible play by the Wallaby forwards.
Brilliant from Kevin Mialamu.
And so Carter's going to try and get them out of trouble, and they're going to have to start from the other end, and that's a good kick by Carter. Sits up now for Quade Cooper. Puts on some footwork, but Rokathoko was there. And now the grubber, and now it's Cowan cleaning up again, and Rokathoko, but that was forward. Oh!
Could have been anything if that had gone backwards. Referee right in line. There was a bit of luck there for O'Connor. A lively game, I think you'd call it. Carter had finally had enough of this nonsense. Wanted a bit of field territory. Barely gotten into the Wallabies half. This was one of the rare chances. It come off him twice, came off his knee accidentally there. O'Connor made a good tackle, then it went forward.
Crouch.
Wallabies getting a run of the decisions. Little bounces of luck going their way finally. Early days.
Got a bit of a momentum though, Marto, don't they, at the moment? They need to capitalise on it. They need to score again because they've played all of the rugby so far in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, the dominance should see them ahead by double figures, the Wallabies.
They lead 5-0 at the moment.
All Black scrum dominant on that occasion.
Okay, you take legitimate pressure here. I don't want you pushing through till the ball is in. I want a steady scrum, please.
Wallabies.
Okay, come.
Backline set. James O'Connor from the blind wing standing outside Cooper. Probably looked to jam them up and then go wide.
Yeah, I know he has ways to go. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Pretty ordinary on this side, Phil.
Yeah, Ben Alexander just went down. His feet slipped. You can see the ground over there just starting to churn up.
Here we are.
Just seeing him there, Pocock and McCaw. Pocock having a go at McCaw. What
yeah, well, the foot went in. Richie McCaw is trying to get that ball out from under there. You see he goes straight in there. I think he's kicked.
Oh, he shinned him. And shinned him and dead-legged his hammy.
Old ball versus young ball. Richie McCaw, 53rd match as captain of the New Zealanders in test matches. So that's a record.
Pocock still death staring him.
19 wins against Australia, Richie McCaw. That's a New Zealand record. 19 tries in test matches. An All Black record for a forward.
Lane Roland taking a long time that time to call the engagement.
Here you go. Crouch. Right in.
Not easy to balance there for a long period of time.
Okay. Touch. Pause. Engage.
17 and a half minutes gone. McKelman has to go in, and now he'll have to release.
McCaw's on it.
Penalty, yeah. So again, the New Zealanders dominating at the breakdown. And Carter, 48 metres out. Will he have a shot just to try and get some points on the board?
Well, they're dominating scrum time, Clarkey, making it very difficult for the Wallabies to get clean scrum ball.
And then McCalman got it and he was completely isolated. I think it might have been Kieran Reid did the snaffle that time, was it?
Now Cowan made the tackle and then I think it was McCaw over the top.
I'm going to bring you right in. Seriously, you're going to be so close, okay, that the touch is going to be
so
like
Woodcock's giving it to Ben Alexander on the far side. Meant only Pocock was there late.
Yeah, you're right. It was Kieran Reid.
See, they work well together, Richie McCaw and Kieran Reid.
For his opposite number to go into.
Pocock
okay?
was there,
At the
but
moment, he's slightly in.
Natural,
He could be a
listen
little
to
bit
the
wider
referee.
without giving himself exposed. Okay?
chatting to Richie McCaw. Richie says no problems. Thanks, ref. I'll have a word to the boys. But Pocock so intent on getting rid of Richie McCaw, forgot about where the ball was, forgot about Kieran Reid. He got himself into a good position there to steal the ball. One of the tricks of back row players, keep the eye on the ball. Who's over it? That's the target.
Dan Carter, 1,118 points in Test rugby. And is he going to land it? No, off the post. And Cooper looks for the safety of the touchlines and finds it. So let off there. Dan Carter first game back from that ankle operation. 5-0 Australia over New Zealand.
She's not normal. None from 4 in the game so far.
So that breeze obviously is a problem.
Well, it's funny, this stadium set right into the side of a hill, so I guess any breeze, and the breeze is coming into the hill, could be doing all sorts of strange things. Because it can be different on one side of the field than the other.
Line out one again by the Wallabies. But the penalty goes against Australia. Held back.
You won't miss this one, Dan Carter.
Well, Carter actually, with his test tally, is only 11 behind the total number of points the starting 15 of Australia has scored. Still behind Johnny Wilkinson as far as the record for the most number of test points is concerned. But now he's about 6 or 7 metres further upfield than the last attempt. The question is whether he'll last the full 80 today. Dan Carter, he was in some doubt for this match, coming back from the operation. That's the angle and the distance.
He may have missed that. He has. He hit that a lot flatter than what he normally does. He's changed his kicking style. I don't know whether intentionally or to cover the ankle. Rocky Elson thinks about a quick 22. Cooper says, give it to me, I know what I'm doing.
Australia 5, New Zealand 0. Cooper goes high, and underneath it is McCaw.
Oh, brilliant.
Manages to hold on under some pressure. Franks fires it out to Nonu. Got through the tackle of Cooper. They go to the short side. It's the best attacking opportunity so far for the All Blacks, and Carter now cuts out Muliaina and gives it to his captain McCaw. They're on the 22. This is where they're dangerous. Wallabies have had most of the play. Now it's Nonu, quick hands. Donnelly puts it on the toe. Picked up by Drew Mitchell. And he's taken by Conrad Smith.
Oh, Nonu never,
12, black inside.
Unless Nonu makes the tackle, that's twice today, he just pounces straight on it. It's instinctive, but it's illegal.
Just about in front of Rod Cafer.
Yeah, it was definitely in from the side there. The referees have all been spoken to about 5 variations on the law that they've got to look out for, and that was one of them. Ensuring that players come in through the gate. They can't enter into the tackle situation unless they've definitely gone back and entered straight in. We'll see Martin Nonu here as a little grubber goes in from Donnelly. Just watch where Martin Nonu comes in right there from the side. Never got himself square on. You can see his shoulders perpendicular to the sideline.
One by Sharp and down to Genia. Now Cooper. Flat pass. Straight through goes Adam Ashley Cooper. Where's the support? He beat one. Adam Ashley Cooper will score.
How did he do that?
No one tackled it until after he scored. I think it was Genia who was the only one who laid a hand on him. Well, they tried. They were rushing up so quickly, the All Blacks, but got on the outside. inside, and Cooper, what a wonderful straightening run. Can't see whether they've got a camera at the end or they're able to get that angled run, but have a look. See Cooper, have a look at Quade Cooper. Adam Ashley Cooper, there's two decoy runners inside him, splits him, but this is the sidestep that's a beauty. For him to be able to recover full speed, it was only Brad Thorne. No one could handle him until Genia hit him high.
Oh, who did he run through? Nonu, I didn't see who was outside him. It might have been Carter, in fact.
Yeah, it was.
And then he stepped around Corey Jane beautifully until Will Genia makes the tackle at the end. There he is.
Oh, that's high too.
Giddo from in front. Flags are up. It's Australia leading New Zealand 12 points to 0 in Hong Kong.
There was nothing on there, Cave.
Oh, look, I think the All Blacks are very worried about Quade Cooper. They've got a lot of traffic very close around Quade, and also around Dan Carter. So Quade's taken the ball to the line. He had Drew Mitchell on his inside, then the flat ball to Adam Ashley Cooper. Dan Carter looked up, and Adam Ashley Cooper was through. Beat him cold.
Well, Carter and Nonu had McCalman and Pocock outside Quade Cooper, so they had their hands full. Adam Ashley Cooper cashed in.
Mark Chisholm taken by Kano, and they look to hold him up.
This is where the hard work's being done for Cooper to be able to capitalise.
Yeah, every time, Kate, that Quade Cooper gets the ball, you can see there's 3 or 4 blokes just aiming at him. And they're concentrating on him so much that they're just leaving, well, they're not leaving them open out wide, but they're just concentrating a lot on Quade.
And you know what happens next? The All Blacks support staff, coaching staff say, have a look a bit wider, and that's when Quade Cooper puts on the step.
And you know what, he's got the blind winger trailing him every time on the inside, so... And Jimmy Cowan shoots off the back of the line out straight at Quade Cooper. Just watch next time for Quade to drop it on the inside to Drew Mitchell or James O'Connor and find another little hole.
Oh, free kick against the Wallabies, so some real pressure here for them to try and hold the All Blacks out. All Blacks now desperate for some points, down by 12. 25 minutes gone in the first half.
All Blacks might go for another scrum here.
Well, it's taken so long, yeah. No advantage in taking the tap.
A great piece of gamesmanship there. None of the Wallabies going back. You see Jimmy Cowan having to run 25 metres to get the ball. No Wallabies were ever going to send it back to him.
If you're defending, you may as well take your time.
Yeah, he wanted someone to flick it back to him, but no one prepared to.
Come closer. Where's your mark? Come up.
The All Blacks do love coming this right-hand side. Cowan, Muliaina and Corey Jane.
Joe Rokothoko at first receiver. Carter is outside him on the left.
He may swing around to the right, Rokothoko.
And it's there now for Reid and Cowan. Just losing his footing, and Genia makes the tackle on the 22. Kano. McCalman has him around the bootlaces. Cowan dive pass to Carter. Now McCaw loses it, and Beale.
No one at home for the All Blacks.
Beale, Muliaina chasing, Curtly Beale. It pops up. O'Connor gets it back to Beale. Beale. Now Alexander. It's a wide ball by the front rower. Adam Ashley Cooper gives it to Cooper, and now Rocky Elsom just wanting to settle things down.
Oh, if they go right, if they get quick ball and go right, they're in the Wallabies.
Has to go wide.
They're reading your mind, Greg. Martin and Gitto straightens. Rokothoko makes the tackle.
Oh, they adjusted superbly and scrambled the All Black defence.
Here's Robinson. I don't think he wanted it, but he'll take it. Ben Alexander. Oh, he's going to come back. Did he hit the referee?
Oh, hold on. What's the problem there?
He hit the referee.
What, the ball?
No, the player, I believe.
It doesn't matter, does it, if the player goes inside the referee?
But he might have been impeding the defence.
Well, let's have a look. But here's where it started. Curtly Beale, he has got some vision, and now he's got some pace. There's Mills Muliaina on the left. Beale has beaten him by 10 metres to the ball. They did scramble beautifully. Curtly Beale waited and waited.
Conrad Smith saying...
Hold on, no, I can't wear that.
No.
Conrad Smith intentionally ran into the referee.
Let's play on.
That's a ridiculous call. That is Irish.
Now the full penalty.
Now the problem with the scrum here is Alain Roland is taking so long to call him in. He's just taking too long.
Isn't that a momentum killer?
On 2 occasions now, the Wallabies have had a put into a scrum inside the All Black 22, and they haven't been able to capitalise. But they lead 12 points to 0.
Now I'm sure Alain hasn't played in the front row, so he might have to realise that you can't just stay there indefinitely waiting for his call.
So what's the problem here?
Australia on the 10, please.
He's got him for going early, obviously, but he's got to call the scrum earlier.
That's your mark. The 10's your mark.
New Zealand win a line out. Nonu. Back it goes to Cowan. Chance here for an overlap. Great step, Conrad Smith. They're lining up outside. Muliaina. Mitchell comes across, makes a tackle on the 22. Crowd thought it was forward, but Thorne takes it over the advantage line.
Chance of a turnover, no.
Here's Nonu. Wide ball. Numbers. Reed pops it over the top. They pick it up out wide. Charging for the line.
Held up. 5-metre scrum.
No try.
And on the far side, Matt Giddo was taken out by one of the All Black players, so he couldn't be part of the defensive line.
But what a superb hit back by the All Blacks in attacks. They've come 70 metres. So super stuff from the line out. This is the end of it. Kevin Mialami to stop him within 3 metres. Who made this first hit? It was a pearl. It was Ben Robinson. Oh, that knocked him around. Kurtley Beale said, "I'll be the barnacle that will not let go."
Oh, great work, Kurtley Beale and Ben Robinson.
Yep, on his leg. Roll him over. There's no doubt that is held up. Let's have a look at this scrum.
It's an All Black put in, of course, so they're still hot on attack, and now they give it to Cowan. And Cowan gives it to Carter. Carter got through one, but the support arrived. Now they go through Kano. He's pulled down a metre out. All Blacks on the charge. McCaw lays it back. Now it's Rakafoko. They need it wide. He goes on his own. Cowan! Brilliant. Jimmy Cowan, and New Zealand score between the sticks.
Brilliant option by Cowan. He spotted it. They'd tried. They were being relentless, running their big men at the Wallabies. They'd soaked it all up. But finally, there was only McCalman on his own within 2 metres of the scrum. So what they call the first pillar, the first 2 pillars, it just wasn't enough there. Wallabies had used up so much gas making the tackles. Does that look familiar? It reminds me of the Bledisloe Cup in Sydney, where they just ran out of defenders when Kieran Reid and Richie McCaw scored those last 2 tries.
Yeah, Drew Mitchell falling off one of the tackles there, which gave Kano that momentum.
Nathan Sharp, he goes and does nothing when he sticks his head in there. That and Stephen Moore was still getting up off the ground. There's the gap. Good vision by Jimmy Cowan.
Well, Wallabies have fallen off a lot of tackles, Cave.
Oh, that's been the problem, Kearnsey, with their defence. They haven't had a lot of rugby, as we know, for the last few weeks, and you know you can simulate those things in training, but it's nothing like playing games. And they need to get their defence in order. They've missed too many first-up tackles. They're organised in defence. It's just their tackling technique which is letting them down a little bit, getting bumped off. The All Blacks using that hardness from playing lots of rugby over the last few months to run over the top of a few of the Wallabies, going in just a little bit too soft at the moment.
So 12-7 Australia over New Zealand, and to think that it wasn't all that long ago Australia were deep inside New Zealand territory, and this one is out on the full. So a momentum shift in favour of New Zealand.
Doesn't take much, does it?
32 minutes gone.
Just no height in that kick from Quade Cooper.
Here we are. Come.
They've got their confidence back now, the All Blacks.
Now you set your mark on the last scrum. You can do it once, you can continue to
Just
do it.
so good at absorbing pressure.
Well, they're finally getting their hands on the ball. And the Wallabies, they haven't been a dominant tackling backline.
Touch.
Probably only Adam Ashley Cooper and Will Guinea in the backs make dominant tackles.
Big shove from the All Blacks. And Reid gives it out. Not a great pass, though. And Rokafoko allows it to bounce. And now from a standing start, gets the legs pumping.
Again, getting through the tackle after contact, the All Blacks.
Now it's Carter. Wide ball. Kano.
So another tackle. They fell off.
That's 5 metres they're making after the contact's made.
Nialamu taken around the bootlaces by McKelman. Now it's Reid, and they're just edging further forward. Carter gives it to Thorne on the inside. Good tackle, Chisholm.
4 phases, 25 metres progress by the All Blacks.
Franks. Nonu.
And again.
Cooper couldn't hold on. Nialamu. Carter wide ball, Reid. And he's got a winger on the outside, and the All Blacks are going to score, are they? Yes. Corey Jane, 2 tries in a flash. And we're locked up at 12 all, kick to come.
Well, this Wallaby team can score plenty, but until they learn how to stop it, well, especially the All Blacks scoring heaps, they won't beat them. You think that was a scrum back on halfway after the restart went into touch. They've worked their way, and each time they made it well over the advantage line. Stephen Moore couldn't put it with Kieran Reid, which put Drew Mitchell in a tough position. Corey Jane, he had a 15-metre free row at Curtly Beale. You ain't going to stop that.
Yeah, the ball just went wide, just through the hands. And Moore not able to keep up the pace, and Corey Jane was always going to score from there. Wallabies first up tackling, very, very poor at the moment. Sure, that's what Rocky will be talking to him about behind the line.
Well, that's the cost of having such a small, fleet-footed backline, which the Wallabies have. They get hit, they make that initial contact, and then the All Blacks are overwhelming them. The Springboks did the same thing. That's how they got themselves back into games in the Tri-Nations this season. They hang on to the ball, and they know they're going to keep going forward. If you show patience and you're big enough against the Wallabies at the moment, with our size in our or lack of size in our backline, you can roll it.
This to put the All Blacks in front. Carter, beautiful striker of the ball. Never looked like missing. So it's 14 points to 12. 2 very quick converted tries by the men in black.
Well, it goes back to that kick from Quade Cooper from the previous try that went out in the full. That's what gave the All Blacks the ball.
Now they go low this time, and Brad Thorne leaves it behind Corey Jane after scoring his 6th test try. He can't clean up, but Muliaina is there.
Good chase from Drew Mitchell, kept on the ball the whole time.
Penalty, Australia.
You take the point to overcome this momentum. No. They're having a think. Now they've stopped, they should take the points.
Matt Giddo being called upon.
Oh, gee. I know they experimented one test this year with right foot, left foot on either side. With this wind like this, they should be allowing the right-footed kicker Beale to kick from this side, Matt Giddo from the other side. There was good pressure this time from the kickoff. Have a look at this, 5-man in, driving it over. The Wallabies were unfortunate they didn't get it, but they did in the form of a penalty. So if you look at your screen, it's going, there's a wind going from left to right fairly seriously. You may be able to see the flags on the left, but it's going from left to right. So the natural arc of Matt Giddo will draw the ball left to right. And the wind's pushing it the same way, which means the angle in the end that he's got to shoot at is heavily decreased. So he's got to kick at the left upright.
Three minutes from half-time. Giddo.
Oh, jeez. That's what we're talking about.
He started it at the right upright. So the Australian kickers are 1 from 5 so far.
Remind me what the stats were from the Bledisloe.
4 from 8.
In Sydney, 4 from 8.
And they lost by a point, and they're down by 2 at the moment. So a let-off for the All Blacks. And Carter goes high for Donnelly out wide. Adam Ashley Cooper can't control it. They needed that one, Australia. And now they'll make them pay. The All Blacks, well, that's the aim.
Well, Richie McCaw just came in from the side on that occasion.
Stay on your feet, don't seal it off, okay?
They'll go back to the original knock forward by Adam Ashley Cooper in the air.
New Zealand have got that fantastic record. I think 80 of their last 82 matches, when they've been in front at half-time, they've gone on to win. Because they lost to France in the Rugby World Cup.
And the Wallabies are aware of that, and one of the things they did train for over the last 6 weeks with incredible intensity was their fitness. They're probably the fittest Wallaby team that's ever gone into a field. So the second half shouldn't be a worry.
Cowan, penalty against the Australian scrum. 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Not sure what he's ruled there. Seems to me the All Blacks are pushing before the ball's coming in.
Carter finding touch.
The ball's not in. See, they're pushing off the mark. Ball's still not in. Strange one.
So there were no arm signals to tell us what the decision was for. Wallabies are stolen the line out, but it's not real tidy.
2 down in back play.
Time off, please. 2 players down.
Second rower, Mark Chisholm for the Wallabies. And second rower, Tom Donnelly for the All Blacks.
Tense time for the Wallaby fans in the crowd. I think they can hold on.
Chisholm virtually land on Tom Donnelly.
Yeah.
Hoping that they can stop the All Black momentum before half-time. Just 2 points in it after Australia led 12-0. 14-12 to New Zealand. Cowan and Jane, the try scorers. Quade Cooper and Adam Ashley Cooper for Australia. Whitelock warming up on the bench. Sam Whitelock, the 22-year-old.
Wallabies going to have a go out wide.
Touch. Pause.
Try to unlock this All Black defence.
Oh, another penalty against Australia on Australia's put-in. Something going dreadfully wrong up front, and so much hype about this Australian front row. Robinson, Moore and Alexander back together. And now Carter's going to try and well and truly punish them.
What did that facial expression mean between Robinson and Ben Alexander? Both of them, they virtually just exhaled and looked at each other.
Well, they're just frustrated, I'm sure, with the referee, because he is refereeing the scrum poorly. It's too slow.
There we go, Kearnsey. So, what the...
He's saying the Wallabies went in too early.
Look at him here.
Before he says engage, they're going in.
It's a tough decision when you got to feed.
So Carter to extend the lead.
Oh, looks good.
Oh, yes. Brilliant kick from Carter after missing a couple early on. He's now 3 from 5, and at half-time at Hong Kong, it is New Zealand leading by 17 points to 12. 17 unanswered points by the men in black. So the All Black fans are pretty happy. The Wallabies will be dreadfully disappointed after conceding 17 points. Let's go down to the pitch now, and here's Rod Cafer.
Quite a great start to the game, but just in that second part of the first half, it dropped away a bit.
Yeah, I guess the field position's been great for us. We've just got to turn that into points. You know, we're letting ourselves and them off the hook a bit.
Defence hasn't been great. You'll need to fix that up in the second half.
We've just got to tighten it up and lift the chat a bit. Things are a bit quiet out there, and it's costing us.
Best of luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
There it is, the Wallabies here, a few points behind. Stick with us. We'll be back after the break with Nick McArdle and our halftime show.